Alright everyone, it looks like we have the official patch notes out for 2.1, or at least the early version anyway, and it looks like they also uploaded these to their forum, so they should be accessible by anyone. So what I'll do here is I'll also include a link in the description if you guys want to take a look at this stuff on your own. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into it, and actually these just came out. I'm talking about a couple of minutes ago, so I haven't even had time myself to really go through. All I did was the tiniest little scroll through, and that's it. So I am looking at this stuff all myself, brand new as well. Hey Raiders, update 2.1 is reaching the final stages of development, and we're eager to share some of its details with you. We've already mentioned the upcoming Tag Team Arena edition, the Bazaar, in the previous highlight. It's a feature that will allow players to purchase powerful items for the currency they earn in Tag Team Arena battles, new accessories, another cycle of the daily login rewards, and a brand new way of summoning some champions. What? That I did not know right there. Okay, that caught me a little off guard. Will be introduced as well, so read on if you want to take a sneak peek at what this update has in store. Alright, so we get some more screenshots here of the actual Bazaar, and wow, okay, this looks interesting right here. That's a lot of gold bars, though. I'm really hoping that it's not going to be that difficult to get these, because at a first glance here, I'm seeing these items listed for the cheapest item is 300, and that's just a couple of brews here. What's the cheapest good item? I guess you could say the ancient shard, the chicken, the book. That's a rare book, though. The energy, they're all 1,000 each, so pretty expensive stuff here. So we'll have to see exactly how many points we actually get. Let's see. Bazaar. Starting from update 2.1, every Tag Team Arena victory will award a special currency called gold bars. The more battles in the series you win, the higher your Tag Team Arena tier, the more gold bars you will receive. And as you might have guessed by now, these gold bars will be the currency you need to buy items in the Bazaar. However, your Tag Team Arena placement does not just affect the number of gold bars you earn per victory, it also allows additional slots in the Bazaar. Same logic applies here. The higher your tier is, the more slots you have available. Of course, items in gold tier slots will generally be better than those in the bronze tier slots. So how often can you reset this as well? Is this like a once a day, once a week type of thing? I'm guessing because they're using the same systems as Tag Team Arena, which resets once a week. I'm also guessing that the Bazaar is going to reset once per week as well. So doesn't look like they actually show the icon here that allows any kind of reset. Maybe there won't even be a reset. Maybe it's just whatever it is, that's what it is for that period of time. Or maybe there's just, you'll be able to buy all the stuff here and then that's it. I don't know, man. That's what I want to know right off the bat, because I see a skill tome here and legendary skill tome there. Look at that. You can get a little bit of a sneak peek. A sacred shard. Looks like they are both 24,000 points each, though. Rank 5 chicken is 24,000 points. Okay, so it kind of, that doesn't, these prices seem a little bit off, though, because why is a rank 5 chicken 24,000 points, but a rank 4 chicken is 12,000 points? I'd say a rank 5 chicken is much better. A rank 4 chicken is not just half as good as a rank 5 chicken. Something seems off with the ratio there. Obviously, these are all early screenshots. Prices will most likely be adjusted, but I feel like this is, you know, a rough baseline here. It seems accurate for most items. Now we just need to know exactly how many gold bars we will get per victory, because that's going to be a really big determining factor there for how useful the Bazaar is actually going to be. I mean, these items, they look great, but if you could not get that many gold bars and you're only going to be able to buy one of these items once per year, you know, that's a whole different story right there. After purchasing an item, that particular slot goes on cooldown. Oh, that answers that question I had. Goes on cooldown and will not be refreshed until the cooldown runs out. Keep in mind that even if you get promoted or demoted between the Tag Arena tiers, the timer won't be affected. So it actually works differently than both of the options that I thought. So each slot is going to go on cooldown after you buy that item, and you have to wait until it expires. So that's pretty interesting right there. Alright, new accessories. We had a little bit of a sneak peek about this a week or two ago with the accessory sets that function similar to regular artifact sets, except you start getting the bonus even at just one of them equipped. 2 new accessory types will be made available in the Bazaar. The mechanics they have are a mix between artifact sets and the classic accessories you've seen so far. There are 3 types of each type. There are 3 items of each type, and the special effects from these accessories stack if multiple accessories of the same type are equipped. And like always, each accessory has its own rank, rarity, and faction. Refresh. Okay, so this is the actual 2 types of accessories that they introduced, which is the one that prevents a skill from going on cooldown. I thought it reset the skill of a cooldown, but apparently it prevents it from going on cooldown there. And the cleansing has a chance of actually removing a debuff. So, you know, just adding another layer of RNG to fights, which, you know, Some people will interpret this, so some people will like it, some people won't, depending on how much you like RNG or not, but definitely will be interesting, but I have a feeling like it's going to be really, really difficult to actually get good ones, because not only do you have to get the right set type, you have to get the right faction type, and on top of that, it actually has to roll good stats as well, because it has to compete with the accessories that you already have equipped. So, you know, all this stuff looks awesome, but it's not going to be easy to get. I have a feeling like all this stuff in the Bazaar is going to be really, it's going to take a lot of time worth of arena battles in order to actually get the really, really good items. It's not like you'll be able to just farm out legendary skill tomes. It's not going to be that way, but it's a start. At least it's nice to have them as an option there. Both accessory effects will have a unique visual cue, so you won't miss it, and since older accessories do not have any special powers like this, you won't have to worry about sacrificing anything for these cool buffs. Well, you will have to swap out accessories, which is pretty expensive, so I guess in a sense you'll have to sacrifice some silver, right? Daily Login Rewards Update. A new cycle of daily Login goodies will be added to the game with Update 2.1. Like before, previous items and champions will remain available to all players. This is complement to the existing daily logins, not a replacement. So, just like before, exactly like they went from 90 days to 180 days, now they're doing the same for 180 days to 270 days. So if you've been logging in a lot every single day, just like a lot of people have, but you haven't had access to the login rewards because you've claimed them all, it's not like you're going to all of a sudden get all the rewards for the new rewards. You have to start off right at day 180, and if you guys are a newer player and you haven't gotten to day 180, then you're just going to continue off just where you are right now. So exactly like they had it before. It's going to take 90 days from once this comes out for anybody at the earliest to get all the rewards completed again and get that legendary at the end. So here's the actual champions in a little bit more detail. We had a bit of a sneak peek with these guys earlier, but now we have them fleshed out a little bit more. Gurush the Mangler is a Spirit's Defense of the Ogren Tribes epic. Let's see, has a 50% chance of placing a leech. It still doesn't look like they have the cooldowns here. That's something that I think we were missing last time, and I was really interested to know, because obviously if good skills have a cooldown of 7 turns versus if they have a cooldown of, you know, 3 turns, that makes a pretty big difference, right? So he's got a leech, he's got a decrease attack and a decrease, let's see, decrease crit damage. Oh, it does have the cooldowns, never mind. It's that little icon right next to it, so I take that back. I believe that should be the cooldown, to my knowledge, right? So 5 turns, but it doesn't have the skill book effects. Attacks all enemies, places a 15% continuous heal buff on all allies for 2 turns, places a 7.5% continuous heal buff on all allies for 1 turn if at least 1 enemy is hit with a critical hit, 6-turn cooldown, at least that's the starting cooldown. Guessing it'll probably be lowered by 1. Most skills get lowered by 1 turn with skill books. There's some exceptions, of course, some of them get lowered by 2, but as a generalization, 1 is the rough number there. Add ally defense and faction crypts. Alright, next up we have Tynix Hate Flower, which is a force support demon spawn epic. Attacks 2 times at random, heals all allies by 3% of this champion's HP with each hit on targets under decreased speed debuffs. Okay. Alright, so you've got a heal there as well on her skill 1. Attacks one enemy has a 50% chance of placing a 30% decreased speed debuff on the target for 2 turns. Has a 50% chance of placing a decreased speed debuff on all enemies for 2 turns if this attack is critical, 4-turn cooldown. You can work around that if you gear her out. I'm sure you'll be able to get that 100% crit rate, so you should be able to get the benefit from that effect, you know, most if not all the time. Decreases the damage all allies receive by 5%. This champion will receive that damage instead. If there are multiple champions with this skill, only one will activate. So it's kind of like a little version of ally protection there, it seems like. And then it increases ally HP and faction crypts by 30%. And the new legendary, a void legendary, Visix the Unbowed, or Unbowed, let's see, is a Dark Elves as well, defense type. Attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has an 80% chance of decreasing the target's turn meter by 10%. Fills this champion's turn meter equal to the amount the target loses. Decreases, let's see, attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of placing a decreased speed debuff for 2 turns. Places a shield buff on this champion equal to 20% of their max HP for 2 turns with a 4-turn cooldown there. And interesting that it's based off of HP, but she's defense type, so obviously if she was HP type, this would be an insanely powerful ability. Places a provoke debuff on the target for 1 turn, also places a 50% ally protection buff on all allies except this champion for 2 turns, okay, and increases ally defense and faction crypts by 37%. Very interesting. Out of these 3 champions, which one do you guys think is the best? I mean, a lot of you might say the legendary, but that's not always the case. We know here in Raid Shadow Legends that legendaries, just because something is legendary, does not mean that they are the best. You know, there's plenty of bad legendaries, and then there's plenty of epics and rares that are actually better than champions of higher rarities. So, all right, let's move on here. This is something I did not know about. Champion Fragments. What is this here? Tired of performing elaborate shamanic rituals to appease the RNG gods and summon the specific champion you want? This new feature is going to make your life a bit easier. Okay, I'm a bit skeptical right now. You haven't sold me yet, Plarium, especially with things lately, unfortunately. From now on, you'll be able to earn champion fragments through tournaments and events, though the list of in-game activities providing them may be expanded in the future. The champion fragments you collect will be indefinitely stored on your account, and you'll be able to access them via the portal. There you can see how many fragments of various champions you have. Should any of them reach 100, you'll be able to summon that champion. Now, I'm actually a bit skeptical about this because you're going to need 100 in order to summon a champion. You're going to get them from events and tournaments, but I'm guessing, or, you know, I'm a little worried here. I don't want to make any assumptions because we don't even have this out yet, but what if, you know, they're probably going to have a bunch of them that you can get in events and tournaments, but then the last couple of them you might have to buy in the store. And obviously, if you're stuck at 90 of them forever, then they're not going to do any good, right? You can't actually summon until you're at 100. So now, essentially, all the stuff that you got from events and tournaments, these champion fragments, until you can collect 100 of them, it's essentially like they do you no good. So, you know, depending on how they actually implement this in the game, I'm a little bit worried that this could actually end up being a nerf to event and tournament rewards. Almost like how the Onslaught tournament that they introduced, they haven't actually run the Arena tournament since then, and it feels like the Arena tournament, or the Arena event, sorry, had better rewards. So, you know, I'm always worried with stuff like this because Plarium has not been known in the past to really implement this kind of stuff in the best way. So, you want me to spend any additional resources on that summon? No gems, no silver, nothing. You got the fragments you need. You summon the champion. Keep in mind, it'll be exactly like a normal summon or infusion. The champion will be level 1, no ascension. It'll also probably give you credit towards all those events as well, like champion chase, where you get points based on what champions you summon, so on and so forth. So, you know, it could be great if they actually implemented it properly, but I am very skeptical right now. Let me know what you guys think about this feature right here. Miscellaneous. A tiers tab will be added to the Tag Team Arena. It will display all available tiers at your current placement. Arena rewards button will be added to the arena map. Tapping on it will bring up detailed information on all available arena rewards. Long requested moderators will appear in the game chat. What? Whoa. What? Really? Do we need this? Is chat really I just always switch to a chat channel that doesn't have craziness going on, but I'm a little bit worried about that right there. That's a very weird change. I wonder, are they going to use the same moderators as in the Discord? Alright, we'll see, we'll see. A lot of these things, we'll just have to wait and see. Important note, AI change that will stop the Arbiter from attacking rank 1 champions instead of filling her team's turn meter on auto has been moved to update 2.2. Okay, so apparently you can still use that little, I don't know if trick is the right word, but you could use that tactic in Arena still. If any of you guys use that, I know it was showcased by a lot of YouTubers a while ago, where you could just use a level 1 champion and essentially it tricked the enemy team. Instead of using their speed boost and all their buffs and all that sort of stuff at the start, now they just try to kill your level 1 champion, so it messes up their starting rotation. And Plarium was going to actually fix that in this update, but it seems like they pushed it back. So if you guys are using that kind of strategy for Arena, looks like you'll be able to continue using that strategy for a little while longer. So I think that is everything right here at a first glance. So very interesting. You know, it's nice to see these screenshots here. I am skeptical, to say the least. Interested to see how many actual gold bars we get from the Tag Team Arena and how reasonable it's actually going to be in order to get these rewards here. You know, that's kind of how I am with these updates and these kinds of notes. It's cool to see it, but until it's actually implemented in the game, I'm very skeptical, to say the least. So Plarium, this is your chance here. This is your time to shine. Make this update great. Start moving the game in the right direction for good, and you will see good things to come from the player base and also from the general community. So let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know what you guys think about the notes. I'll leave a link in the description once again. But that's pretty much going to be it for the video today. So I hope that you guys enjoyed, and if you did and you want more videos like this in the future, consider subscribing to the channel. Feel free to leave a quick like as well. It means more than you can imagine, so thank you so much to all of you who decided to do that. And more Raid Shadow Legends videos, guides, tutorials should be popping up on the screen right about now, or in the suggested videos to right up below. Feel free to check them out. But if not, until next time, take care everyone, have a great day, and this is Salt of the Salty Guild, signing out.